You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we choose to flat out deceive. And that is exactly what Colin Cowherd did yesterday on his show, as him and his little virtue-signaling woke co-host decided to talk about the NBA ratings, and he decided to directly make fun of conservatives. At some point, Colin Cowherd decided he no longer needed our viewership. Of course, he lost my viewership when he decided to have a massive rashy case of Trump derangement syndrome last year. And he went after Trump and Trump supporters, etc., etc., etc. And him and Joy, or whatever her name is, went on a rant yesterday about the fact that the NBA ratings are up. And much like you can possibly expect from a member of the leftist mainstream media, Colin Cowherd irresponsibly didn't mention the most important factor to why the NBA ratings went up. Why would he? His entire show is driven by this one sumbitch. At this point, because he's in L.A., I mean, that's all he talks about is this one entity. Very quickly, in honor of Colin Cowherd, I am wearing the original. The media is the real virus. Today, Colin Cowherd, you are the virus, okay? I am running a promo code, our largest discount ever, in honor of this total and complete schmuck. Promo code, Colin Blows. All one word, 23% off, limited time through the weekend. The most popular piece of merch we've ever had. We have sold hundreds upon hundreds of this one shirt. Everybody loves it. Let's get to Colin Cowherd and this ridiculous take he had from yesterday. Colin Cowherd dunks on NBA detractors as TV ratings surge. That's not what I heard from a lot of conservative outlets. Way to go. And I watched this whole clip just to make sure you were really going to be this irresponsible, Colin Cowherd, and you were. A number of factors contributed to a significant decline in the TV viewership in last season's bubble NBA playoffs. Ignoring the global pandemic, detractors attempted to blame their ratings on social justice messaging and the league's relationship with China. I'm going to point some stuff out to you, Colin. But I don't think for a second that this didn't cross your mind. You just intentionally did not bring it up. Fox Sports radio host Colin Cowherd discussed the league's surging ratings, simultaneously dunking on critics and boycotters who touted last season's viewership decline as the NBA's death. Quote, they were never boycotting to begin with. Really? Because I still haven't watched, Colin. Co-host Joy Taylor said with a laugh, but if they were certainly watching the NBA playoffs. Really? Didn't watch last year, man. Taylor informed Colin that viewership for the NBA season's playoffs are up 39% compared to 2020. Ratings in the NBA are up 39%, Cowherd said with sarcasm. And he did. They were boycotting, right? Because of China and stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly why the ratings are really going up. And fans just couldn't handle Black Lives Matter on the court. So definitely was going to be the end of the NBA, Taylor added sarcastically. Turns out it wasn't. Viewership is up 39% from last season. Also, the viewership share for this year's playoffs is at its highest since the league first began, logging that data in 02-03. Let us not forget that they are now logging data from places like airports, restaurants, bars. Interesting. The viewership share cited by Taylor offers a way to measure ratings against past NBA seasons. Cowherd said, slow down, Cowherd said. Since the NBA for 18, 19 years has been logging this information, it's the highest percentage of televisions in America, not in homes, in America, watching the NBA playoffs. That's not what I heard from many conservative outlets, the Fox Sports radio host said. He did say Democrats and Republicans both do this. They let their political beliefs alter their opinions. I got news for you. People are going to watch sports until the day I roll over. Yeah, you might have some lefty morons watch some of it, but sure. Now, let us get to a clip from my partner in crime, John Matrix. Boom.
TV ratings for the NBA playoffs skyrocket without LeBron James not playing. This is glorious, folks. Absolutely glorious. And this is on the Daily Caller.
Imagine that. Colin Cowherd, you decided not to mention the number one driving factor to why the ratings would have went back up. I present to you the following, and John Matrix just mentioned it. TV ratings for the NBA playoffs skyrocket with LeBron James not playing. I'm not going to read this article to you because we already did a video on it. But your favorite person on the planet, the most divisive, hated superstar in all of sports, is now gone from the playoffs. The moment LeBron James was eliminated from the playoffs, the ratings went up. Imagine that. People decided they had to tune back in. Look, we've been saying it on this channel forever. The NBA will never recover. It will never begin to heal without LeBron James actually retiring. Why? Because when you run your mouth about the police and you run your mouth about a president, and in turn, his supporters, people are not going to watch you. The Lakers played in the finals last year, and they were the lowest in the history of the NBA. What does that tell you, Colin Cowherd? LeBron James doxed out a policeman about, 2 months ago? The moment he's gone from the NBA, people start tuning in again. But you irresponsibly, doesn't surprise me, because he's your favorite entity ever, you irresponsibly didn't mention this at all in your little rant where you decided to be sarcastic and an asshole. Because that's kind of what you've grown into, is an asshole. People like me that supported your channel, your show forever, got fed up with you last year when you chose a political side and you made it public, okay, on your show. How many conservatives cut you off? And there's no way you didn't feel an impact from that. Of course you did. Of course you did. Do you know how many conservatives I knew that were listening to your show that don't anymore? They don't. I'm sorry, when I worked in the corporate world, we all listened to your show every day at work. And they all shut you off, Colin. That's right. It is highly irresponsible for you to be a member of the media and fail to knock down this one point you made about LeBron James, and it's the biggest point, being gone from the playoffs. And you brought up Black Lives Matter in this little rant. Black Lives Matter wasn't on the court this year. It wasn't. In fact, Adam Silver went very publicly on the jump with Rachel Nichols and said, we won't be showing any of that social justice stuff this year. Imagine that. So that wasn't. They started backing away from it. People still didn't watch because LeBron was still involved. The moment LeBron was eliminated, fans started turning the TV back on. And again, let us not forget the fact that ratings are factored in now from all kinds of different entities that they weren't before. So regardless, one way or another, the ratings are still inflated. They are. This is the problem in America right now with the media, and Colin Cowherd is part of the problem. He is a virus. He will not decide to tell you the full story. Why? Because it can hurt his narrative. And LeBron James has largely become sports radio's favorite business to be in, which is amazing because they're losing viewers over it. But he's in L.A. Of course, he doesn't want to piss anybody off. He might want to try to peddle another failed show out there, another series. He may want to write a script and turn it in to one of those leftist morons. Again, Colin, got my hat on backwards. I know you two will watch this. You two will not mention black and white sports on your show. I know Joy has talked about on your show, oh, if you listen to YouTube, the NBA ratings are plummeting. I heard it from her last year. But did she want to mention Sports Wars at the time? Nope. Did she want to mention black and white sports? Nope. Did she want to mention Outkick and Clay Travis? Nope. But you'll sure come along and watch our videos and talk about it on your platform. Look, me and John are just two dudes from Texas that have reached out to 34 million people. We're not driven by ESPN and Fox backing us. We're not. But we're giving you a hell of a run for your money. Why? Because we will tell people the truth. They're sick of people like you, Colin Cowherd. They're fed up. The media is the real virus. Congratulations, you gave me a major case of the shits. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.